We back. Today we had Nelly Perry on, the new girls basketball coach at Camden High School. Nelly has been involved in the community for a while now, you know, through what she does for the middle school basketball leagues. She was already coaching on Camden High's boys staff for a couple years. And she was a phenomenal basketball player growing up, you know, so she's really community oriented. You know, with the development of our kids, especially our young women in the city. You know, so we had a much needed conversation, you know, about just women's basketball in general, preferably with inner city youth, developing them, their involvement or lack thereof, as far as wanting to participate in high school sports, her vision for Camden High, you know, so it was a great conversation. Nelly isn't a woman of many words, but I think a lot of that is because, you know, when she does speak, her words penetrate. You know, she means what she says and she says what she means, and she don't really need to speak over top of that, you know, that thought, if that makes sense. You know, so a really solid conversation about our women in the city, young black women, women of color. Yeah, it was great, you know, so without further ado, Nelly Perry, talk to you guys soon.
Because, you know, this is my truth, you know what I mean? And at the least, you gotta respect that. I don't know.
We'll talk off
there. Yeah. All right, you good? Mm-hmm. All right, we back. A.M.University. I'm your host, Antoine Miller. Nelly Perry, for the second time. How you doing?
Great.
Huh?
How you?
How you doing? I'm fantastic. New Camden High lady basketball coach, man. How you feel about that?
Really good. Blessed. Yeah. Thankful, honestly. I feel like it is giving me another sense of purpose. So, blessed, for real.
Yeah. And I saw the hire. I always, you know, I just judge people based off our encounters and you know, our communication and things like that, and just looking at people. And you've always been a bundle of joy. You know, I know you probably.
Thank you.
You might think different things, or you're probably different on the court, like most of us are.
Yeah.
Or when you was playing, and we'll get into that. But always been a solid person, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got the job. I'm glad to talk about Lady Hoops a little bit, because it's just like, you know, I get to see her from afar, but in that world, I personally got a lot of questions about like women hoops, especially at the lower level in the inner city and things, so have you. But let me ask you this first. Did you ever see yourself coaching? Because we all know how good of a player you was, right? It's starting to, it feel like it's a trend. Like players is getting into coaching, but that never was a thing growing up. You know, you played and that was it. You know, you might put your 1-2 into it or whatever like that, give your opinion, but you wasn't really looking to coach, right? It don't look like you was necessarily looking to coach now. It kind of was something that kind of flowed into something that was meant for you to do. So did you ever see yourself doing this?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
I always said, like, I don't know how coaches do it. I can't see myself doing it. So honestly, no. Like you said, it just kind of just flowed into the way it happened, literally. So, nope.
When you first got into it, because your first staff you was on was Rick and them, right?
Yeah, I was with the freshman boys for the first, I think my first first year, and then I kind of did both my second year, JV and freshman, and then I think I did 2 or 3 years, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But matter of fact, I did 3 years. So yeah, so my first year I did JV, then my second 2 years. My second and third year I did JV.
What was your outlook during that time? Like, was you still fighting it? Like, was you still like a player but transitioning to a coach, was you all player? Was you kind of like, I like this? Like, what was your, how did that go for you? Like, was it frustrating?
No, no. It wasn't, because it was like a lower level in high school, but
Yeah.
you kind of got to see the best of both worlds, literally. Like, you got DJing at the top, and then you got, kids from the area, some who can really play, some who just wants to be a part of it. And I think that balance made it like perfect. And then the kids, like, and I had the guys, so just seeing how much, honestly, they respected me, like, just as a person and coach, it just made it fun.
That's a good way to look at it. You said you saw it from both lenses, because I never forget, somebody in the city came up to me one day. I'm gonna call him off air and tell him this was you. I should have said your name. He remembered his JV record. Like, when I was a JV coach, we played against each other. I don't even remember what he said his record. I was like, "You know your JV record?" He's like, "Yeah." "You don't know yours?" I'm like, "No." It's because it's like this is not about this. This is part of development, right? It's not. You win, great, but that's not what it's about. You're developing them for the varsity level. Like, so the fact that you saw it from that lens that early on as a player is really good, instead of just the competition.
Yeah.
Right? We could just fully drive that, but like, no, this is my role. Yeah. So that's really good. That's not really normal.
Yeah.
That you thought about it like that.
And even just the development aspect, like, you take a bunch of freshman kids who's coming in from middle school, and some of them don't really have a clue, but they're eager to learn, and they come in like the first week or two, they don't know how to do 3-man weave, but as you progress throughout the season, like, it's small things like that for me that just made me kind of fulfilled with it, because it's like, okay, if I can work with this, I know I probably could work with higher talent, or like, not to say it like these kids aren't talented, but just more so like,
listen, you don't have to say it. That's the truth.
Just more so like the groundwork of it is like, that's the reward for me.
And it's the best place to start.
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate in my journey. Like I've never, now you don't want to say it, I'll say it. I've never had an accumulation of talent, ever. I've always had to develop.
Yeah.
Right? And then they turn into whatever product they have. But it's like, I'm so glad that it wasn't flipped.
Right.
That I had all this from the start, because now you just think it's all like this around the world, and it's not.
At all.
It's so much more the opposite than that.
And I feel like when you start, like, especially for you, when you start at a like groundwork level, the reward is seeing like the growth and like how far you've come. So that's probably the best part about being a coach. And I haven't even stepped foot into coaching, like, at I guess leading an entire program. So
from a player's perspective, because I mean, you played at the highest level. When I first saw you play, you was actually out of high school. You might have been out of college, and I was like, yo, she could really play with dudes. like really play with dudes and be totally fine. Like, from a player's perspective though, like, of what you saw and what you experienced, like, how do you think that's going to translate as far as just building these girls up, developing them, like, because like I see it from a different lens. Like, I always, if I can, I like to bring a actual good player on my staff.
Right.
Like, because like individually, especially like from a positional standpoint, they can see it from a lens that I can't even see, or I can't physically replicate what they can replicate as far as a drill or something like that. I can speak it, but I can't actually do it. And we in a world where it's the visual things about it, whatever like that. How you think that's going to help you in this transformation?
I think personally, just kind of meeting the kids where they are and like understanding, and like, I think coaching the boys and the JV and freshman level, it helped me a lot, because I know that I can't force anything upon them. So I think kind of just meeting them where they are, like, okay, you might not get this right now, but you're going to get it soon. Like, and it's just, like I said, the groundwork, just keep doing it every day, one foot in front of the other. So just little things like that, really.
Yeah. Now, as a black woman, same question. As a black woman, how do you think that's going to help these young ladies? Because, again, from afar, correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't feel like a big investment. Kids or women in general want to really be invested in female sports in the city. I'm gonna just stick to basketball, right? Because that's a popular sport, right? It doesn't feel like it did when we grew up, you know. And the ones that do kind of want to do it, they're kind of timid or shy about it. You kind of got to push them in order to do it. It's not like I got 16 girls that's ready to roll.
Right.
Like it's like halfway in,
Yeah.
halfway out.
Yeah.
Like, how you been transitioning with that? Because you've seen it for a while.
I think just emphasizing and showing the kids like I've been where you are. I'm from here. I've literally walked the same streets, halls, everything you guys probably been through. I've probably been through the same thing. So just emphasizing things like that and just really like creating a bond with them, like, and just like again showing up, like
Simple, right?
it's very
It's
simple,
not rocket science.
and I think even to the point of kids, you know, like not a lot of young girls around the area. Like when I grew up, I had to go to, like I started at Don Polk, and then for AAU I had to go to Philly. I played for Philly Freedom Stars from 6th grade all the way till 12th, with the same core, four starters we had from 6th grade to 12th. So just like showing up and being somebody that like my coach was to us, and just, you know, creating a bond, like I said, and showing them what like actual structure is, as far as just trying to be a good player and person. So just things like that.
Why? I mean, you might have already answered it. Why you think they don't want to participate?
I don't think
Okay.
that they don't.
Okay.
I think it's the opportunities. So like even down to just I just collabed with Mighty Writers like early in the year and kind of like throughout the spring and the summer. And we would have some great numbers, middle school and high school levels. And I just think also it's kind of like the vision. Everybody wants to go, oh no, you can't work out with this person, you can't work out with that person.
And girls too? It's
yeah,
the same way?
yeah.
It's just like boys.
Yes. And it's like, again, personally, when I grew up, I started at Dom's, but I went everywhere because I wanted to get better. It wasn't like, oh, you're my trainer and I'm only going to train with you. No, I want to get better, so I'm going to go find opportunities to get better. It don't matter who you are. Like, I think personally it's the vision, and I think it's just having those opportunities, like giving them the opportunity to actually like play and work out. And maybe it could be like a costly thing. I don't know, but I think it's just a lot of it play a part. And you know, I think the division aspect is not like, it's not nothing new. It's, you know, it's life. It's been happening since I was a kid, but yeah.
So would you saying or for those pocket of girls, is people just not caring about like pouring into them and like developing them? Because like I always think about like, wow.
No,
Like,
I wouldn't say that. I think it's the mindset too. Like a lot of times, and we just talked about this, people want instant gratification, and it doesn't work like that. Like, no, like LeBron didn't become LeBron in one day, 1 year. But he made strides to become LeBron every day and every year.
it feel like it's 10 times worse though when a girl, like when that happens. I coached girls one summer for AAU, and I learned a lot about myself, but it was the most challenging thing I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like, these boys are very emotional now.
Yeah,
Extremely
yeah,
emotional,
yeah.
and they want the instant gratification.
Yeah.
For me personally, in my opinion and my experience, it's times 7 when you do it with girls, whatever that is. It's just like, why are you crying? It was just like nothing happened to you. You just, why are you crying? You know, and to me, it's that along with growing up in inner city You know, again, not having
Yeah.
confidence, not having a mom
Yeah.
figure, not
Yeah.
having a dad in your life, etc., etc., etc. And you want me to play a sport in front of who? What? Boy, you crazy. I'm not doing that. Nah. Most athletic people that you see. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I look at you and I'm glad that I think a big part of it is having a walking example of a person that it looks like I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could say everything that you want, but I
Right.
think our kids go based off like,
Yes. Yes.
man, I'm not trying to hear you. I
Yeah.
want to see how
See.
you
Yep.
move. I want to see your
Yeah.
appearance. I want to see how you talk.
Right.
Like, can you make me feel comfortable? All these things.
Right.
And it's just not that. It's not that in coaching.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that in teaching. It's just like, it's just null and void. But you want these kids to make these miraculous
Right.
turnarounds.
Right.
You don't look like me.
Right.
You know
No,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad to have you though, man.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm really glad to have you. I think, you know, this city needs, you know, a person like you again in our time of me and knowing you. I could tell that you truly care, you know, about the kids. You sound like you really care about the craft. Like
Yes.
even you breaking down what you said about your experiences, like you wasn't just there,
Right.
you know, just coaching.
Right.
You know, you were picking up things and developing as a craft, even if nobody knew, you know, what you was trying to do. It's very rewarding to see,
Right.
man. Especially in, I don't know. I hope this city is getting better. I hope this city is getting better, but I know it's not getting worse with you around.
Oh, thank you.
I know it's not getting worse with you around. So, what's your vision? You know, for the Camden High Lady Panthers, what you see?
Um, I'm really I'm really not like a talker, but I'll say just bring them something they never had. Championship. That's the ultimate goal. Well, ultimate goal is to make sure the kids are getting good opportunities and being in a great position after high school, during high school, after high school. So that's my ultimate goal. But after that, championship, build the winning culture. And I think at the rate we going, honestly, if we can get a lot of our middle school kids that are here to stay and we build the groundwork, like we build them up from ground, we could do some special things. And you know, like I said, nothing happens overnight. I personally got a timeline on when I think that we'll see a big turnaround. I'll tell you after, but winning culture, like that's what I want to bring, and it'll be special because I won at Wilson Eastside as a player, and then to do something historic on the Camden side, especially for the girls basketball team, I think that'd be like, okay, it'll be satisfying for me. So,
All right, Nelly Perry. Nelly Perry, y'all.